Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first webinar on resilience. This webinar is the first of a small series of 3, which have been prepared to start this mini project. Through these 3 webinars, we want to lay the foundations to create a network of children, adolescents, and adults promoter of good treatment in the schools, of the network animated by the Intercongregational Safeguarding Group in Kenya. It is good to value each step and help each other to walk toward the goal. In this first webinar, we want to become aware of our way of dealing with children and adolescents. Resilience as a process can help us in this goal. Veronica Urtubia is with us from the Catholic University of Milan. She is a specialist in the area of resilience, and she collaborates with the VICE network, giving workshops to our partners all over the world. I thank Veronica for being with us, and to each of you, because through this small gesture, we can start the first step to a great project. I hope this webinar will be motivating for each of you. Veronica, welcome.
Thanks, Diego, for this introduction. Hello, everybody. Welcome on board to this training, to this session. We are in a small group, no? So if the internet, if the internet connection is good, please, my invitation is to put on your webcams, okay? Only if the internet connection is okay. I know sometimes the internet connection is not good, okay? So, I don't know if maybe one more arrive to take part on the training, but we will start. Today, during this 1 hour and a half, we speak about 3 main themes, okay? So we start speaking about resilience in a general way. So that's mean resilience. The second, and also we will finish speaking about the way that's working the resilience, okay, in the practical way. In the second main theme, it's about tutor of resilience. So this tutor of resilience is this person, this key actor in the resilience process, because help to start resilience in others. And in the end of our meeting, we closing speaking about the resilience inside the schools. So this are the 3 main topics: resilience, tutor of resilience, and resilience inside the schools. So I want to present to you some elements, some key elements useful for promote resilience in the schools. These are our 3 main themes. In general, we are in a small group, so this is good, and I really prefer the trainings or the sessions when we speak all together. So if during my presentation, do you have questions? Do you want to add something more? Do you have some reflections that you want to share with the group? Please, okay? Please, you just, if you want, open the microphone or write in the chat, okay? It's the same for me, okay? I really prefer the sessions when when we speak, okay? The dialogue sessions are not too frontals, okay? I want to start share the screen with you. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you see the screen. Okay, perfect. So, okay, so today we will speak about these three main concepts, no? And we start speaking about resilience, okay? The resilience concept. I don't know if for you it's the first time, maybe you listen the concept or not. Is the first time do you listen this concept, the resilience concept? You can write in the chat yes or no, please, just for have an idea. So please just write in the chat yes or no. Okay, yes if you listen the concept, or no is the first time you listened this concept. Okay, perfect. Some of Anton, Adebe, they're listened. Margaret, no. Sister Margaret, no. My first time. Okay, so for one of them is the first time, and for others, no. Perfect. It's not a problem. It's just if the first time, don't worry. I'm here for this, so don't worry. Okay. So the resilience, okay, the resilience is a new concept, but the truth is we know the resilience, okay? We see, we live the resilience in our life, so we know it, but like concept is new and is related to make front to the adversities in our life, okay? So sometimes we listen about people, no, or sometimes we know people, they make front to the diverse, to the several risks and vulnerabilities and difficulties, and in the end, this person are not destroyed, okay, for these difficulties. So in general lines, this is resilience. But also the resilience is something more deep. The resilience is linked with change our view, no, the view, the way that we see the life, that we see our jobs and also our students. Because from a long time, we just also the studies, the psychosocial and the and the socio-educative, okay, studies just focus in the risk, no, in the vulnerabilities, in the weak points, no, and the projects and the intervention on the field just try to make a solution to these problems. So they only focus in the negative aspects, no, in the quick aspect of the person or the environment, and never take in consideration the resource. So the extreme point, because also in the worst situation we have a positive point, no, we have a psychosocial resource, okay. Please, I will use several times resource, okay? but this is just for explain. When I have the word resource, okay, I have in my mind psychosocial resource, okay? I don't have in my mind material resource, okay? Like money or food, okay? Just for accelerate this point, okay? So the resilience view, the resilience approach is an invitation. It's an invitation to shift our point of view. So not just focus. Okay, we need to know. Okay, we need to take in consideration the negative point, the vulnerability, the risks, and the problems. But also we need put more attention in these positive points, no, in these strong points, and that sometimes these points are inside the person or in the environment of the person, no. So the resilience is an invitation to this, is an invitation to growing, working and reinforce and growing these positive points, not give absolution, okay, for the vulnerability, but working in a growing process in the person and also in the community. And this growing process is taking in consideration the resource this person they have, okay? Now, for now, I want share with you some concept that sometimes is easy to associate, okay, this concept with the resilient, but the truths are not close to the resilience. So I call false friends, okay? So I share with you some false friends and the good friend, okay? So sometimes we sometimes we identify, no, we associate the resilience with the resistance, no, and this is a false friends, okay, because sometimes we think in the resilience is also resistant to the adversity, no, to the difficulties, okay, but this in this way we just we thinking the person is invulnerability, no, is invincible, okay, and it's not true, because the resilience the resilience approach is an invitation also to deal with our pain. We deal with our with these suffering memories, no. So, and it's a deal, okay, it's an invitation to accept we are humans, and like humans we can feel sadness, painful, and also we make mistakes, okay? So the resilience is not resistance, okay? Because also in this resistant approach, that means I'm here, the thinking happen, okay? I cannot make nothing for change these things. I'm just here, I need just resist, okay? All these things that happen, okay, around me, but I cannot make nothing for change, okay, these things. I need just resisting. And the resilience is the opposite, okay? The resilience say, the thing happen, okay, but I have resource and I can use this resource for try to change these things or for try to deal, okay, with these things, okay. And so in the second way, I feeling main actor of my life again. Okay, and this is a very important point when we speak about resilience. We need feeling we are main actor of our life. Okay, not just an object and the thing happen around us. And in the resistant approach, sometimes the risk is we just resisting and we don't make nothing for change, okay, or for deal with the thinking happen around me. This is the first point, okay. Of course, the thing is sometimes we need, okay, put in practice our resistance skills, of course, but we cannot live, okay, all the time in this resisting way. For example, after for earthquake, or cyclone, we need put in practice our resistance, okay? But after a couple of months, we need change our view and start to put in practice our resilience, okay? So for this reason, I prefer not to speak about the resistance, okay? But it's better associate the resilience with the flexibility, okay? So because it's the flexibility, okay, a good friend of the resilience, because it's a tool that these tools help to facing, okay, help to facing the situation with an open mind, okay. We are more open to the changing. We understood the life also, this life, change all the time. We live a lot of changes, okay? So with the flexibility, we say, okay, welcome to these changes, okay? And not stay far from me. And this flexibility also help to understand this change like a challenge, and is also an opportunity for growing, okay? So all the change are not bad. This is the point. And for make this, of course, we need to put in practice our flexibility, okay? For example, before to coronavirus, to make something like this, was impossible. Okay, thinking and make a session, a virtual session, was impossible. Now is normal. Okay. So, and this is just one example. Okay. Another point, another important point. Okay. Sometimes this is a for friends, sometimes we associate the resilience to the success, to win, to arrive on the top, and the truth is the success is a very subjective concept, because what is the success? Okay, maybe for you the success is something, but for me it's another different. So it's a very subjective concept, So, and the truth is, of this way, the idea is, okay, if you are resilient, okay, you arrive on the top. If you are not resilient, you are down. And it's not true, because this concept have two elements, are bad elements, The first is the idea that the resilience is only individual. Okay, so if you arrive on the top, is because you want to arrive to the top, and if you don't arrive, it's because you don't want. Okay, and what happened with the environment of this person? Okay, because if the person arrive on the top, of course, the person working for this, but also have an environment, okay, that consent this. So the person and the environment, okay, of this person have equal importance. For this reason, the schools are important points for promote resilience. Okay, and also the second point is not correct in this vision, is the idea that when you arrive on the top, you stay all the time on the top. So if you are resilient, you are resilient all your life, and it's not true, because the life have is like we have top points and down points, no? So the same with the resilience. With the resilience, we put in practice just when we need. Okay, so sometimes we are resilient, sometimes we are not need the resilience. Okay, so we are not resilient all the time, and also the resilience have a personal and individual component, but also a social, a community component. So sometimes it's more easy wake up my resilience, and another time it's more difficult, okay? Because I'm changed, because my community changed, okay? So it's not something that you have all the time, okay? And for this reason, also the resilience is not just arrive on the top, okay? It's a concept more deep than this, and it's better associate the resilience to concept that learning, okay? Because the resilience is an opportunity for grow and learning, okay? But it's also a process, and it's a process that you need meaning to you need give sense, okay? Give sense to this painful, okay, situation. So it's also open your heart, okay, and accept it. You are not invisible. Mm-hmm. And it's thanks to this process you are growing, okay? It's because Anias give sense to this painful and difficult memory situation. No? Is I understood, okay? I have this and this resource, okay? And this make a change in my life, make a change in my community, and growing, okay? So for this reason, the resilience is more deep than a right to the success, okay? It's more personal, okay? And also sometimes we thinking the resilience is just give a response to the problems, okay? So sometimes we associate the resilience concept to the problem solving concept. And the truth is the problem solving is happen in problem solving is sometimes useful for the resilience, okay? But the problem solving happen just in specific situations. So it's for solving a specific problem, a specific and concrete problem, okay? For example, I don't know, I need to go to my work, but the car is not working, okay? Or I need, I don't know, go to my car is not working, or I don't know. Okay, these specific things is not things to the long term, okay? And the resilience is the opposite. The resilience is a process. That means you need time for the resilience, and also my time is different at your time, okay? So it's not only the problem solving because you don't try to give a solution to the specific problem, as is more deep. For this reason, I prefer associate the resilience to the transformation, because it's okay, with flexibility, I make front to these difficulties, okay? I give sense to these difficulties. Through this process, okay, I give sense, I growing, and this growing transform my personal life and also my community life, okay? So it's a transformation, because I understand the things never come back to the before. Okay, so it's impossible think in my life start again to the same point I will left before, I don't know, this difficult event, okay? And I understand the changes are normal, and sometimes these changes are positive for me, and also for my family and my community, okay? And this transformation process helped me to put new goals, okay, for my new objectives in my life, okay. And it's not come back to the same state, no, it's a different state. For example, the picture I show you, if you put attention, okay, this picture, you have 2 fish, no? But if you look with attention, these 2 fish are 2 fork. So maybe the fork, okay, they can they live a transformation, okay? So they cannot try to make fork again. They grow and they change the objective, and now they are completely different, okay? They are 2 fish. And this is resilience. It's more linked with the transformation, and this transformation is a positive transformation. So I just not adapting to the situation. I'm adapting to the situation, but also I'm growing. So it's a little bit, it's a step more, okay? Of course, it's difficult, you need time, and sometimes you make one step, okay? And later you come back, okay? So it's difficult. It's not easy, okay? But we can say for this reason, we don't have only one definition about resilience, okay? We have different definitions about resilience, but for example, Ana Forés and Jordi Granet, they say the resilience is a virtue, okay? It's a good thing. It's a values, okay? The values to generate a space of the possibility, no? And for make this, you need working every day, okay? In the resilience, okay? So you need working every day for promote, for generate resilience. And also, and I like, I think also this definition, this idea to work in every day in the resilience, for promote resilience, is close to the schools, no? Like schools, you know, you need working every day. Also, Anna Massen say the resilience, okay, every time I stay, okay, in relation, in interaction between the person and his or her environment, because sometimes we just thinking the resilience happen just in the person, but also the environment of this person have an important role in promote or in limit the resilience, okay? So for this reason, your work is important. Your work in the schools is important, because the school could be a good tutor of resilience, so a good promoter of resilience, but sometimes also they can limit sometimes the resilience process. So think in mind this. And the third definition is Ungar, the Michael Ungar, and he say to be resilient, okay? For him, the resilience is more connected to this idea to negotiate, okay, with adversity, to navigate, okay, with adversity, and not make a solution. This is it's important point. It's not a solution for the problem, but it's more relating to recognize, identify, okay, the resource, and use this resource for dealing, for negotiate, for navigate with adversity. Now, do you have, I'm speak alone, I speak for too much time, so it's time for questions or for reflections. So please, if you have some questions about this, some reflections about this, please, this is the moment. Everything is clear. I don't know if you have questions, or maybe you are agree, or you are don't agree with me, okay?
Hey, Veronica, maybe the resilience is not a solution for all the situation. And you have said that we can be resilient one time, but not every time and everywhere. Can you explain that, please?
Yeah, of course, of course. Because for becoming, that I say, the resilience is a process, okay? So take time. Sometimes the person is conscious about this resilience process after 10 years, okay? So in this all in this time happen a lot of things, okay? And the second point is the resilience, okay? For arrive to the end of this process, you have two actors, the person, okay, and the environment. The person, okay, is the same if it's a child, adult, or elder, okay? You don't have age limits, okay? And you have the environment. So maybe when I'm a child, I don't have resource, or I have the resource, but I don't take conscious about the reason. So sometimes for this reason, it's more difficult for me becoming resilient, okay? But maybe if I'm an adult, I know my resource, but my environment, okay, don't permit me, don't consent me, okay, growing and starting a resilience process, okay? Or maybe it's the opposite, okay? Sometimes the child have resource, but its environment don't help for this process. For this reason, every time is different, and we need every time, and for this reason also, Ana Forest say, we need every time, every day working in the resilience, okay? It's a little bit this. I just read in the chat, okay, yes, it's bring the positive part. This is working and try to make to grow this positive part, not just the bad things, no? And yes, what roles, okay, do environment and the person contribute to resilience? In the second part, we will speak about the roles, okay, because George, for the, I reply there, George, questions, okay? Okay, and also in the second part, we start to speak about the factors, okay, the resilience factors, okay, some factors that help and some factors that don't help to resilience.
I think Brother Anton, he wants to talk.
Oh, yes. Actually, part of what I wanted to say has been answered already. That's why I removed my hand, because you're already talking about the process there. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I think there is Sister Veronica. She's the sister there. Sister Margaret.
The question of Margaret in the chat.
In the chat.
Okay. Okay. Yes, we remove them from the environment. Yes, your question is a good question, Sister Margaret, and also is an example, no? The way that work in the person and the environment, okay? Because also in situations to the rehabilitation of drugs or an alcohol, no, it's more or less the same. We have these two elements, the environment and the person. So sometimes the environment make pressure, okay, for a start, okay, rehabilitations process. But if the person are not ready, it's too difficult, no, arrive to good results. And sometimes the person is ready for start their rehabilitation process, and maybe he or she starting this rehabilitation process, but when come back at home, when come back to the same environment, no, this environment don't support him, okay? So we have these two things, and also we cannot remove completely the environment. So this is another point we need to deal with this, because we have the person and the environment, and it's impossible to remove completely the environment. Okay, so in this case, my advice, okay, is try to identify, because in the environment we have different, the environment is composed by different persons. So try to identify in the environment this potential tutor of resilience. So this person that can help the process of their rehabilitation. Okay, this is my advice. So in this way, you need working in two ways. In one way, you need identify this potential, okay, supporting person. And in the second, you need to try to make links, okay, with new person, okay, that help them. This is, you need work in these two parallel lines, okay? So create more links, in more support links, maybe show them different environments, okay? And working, try to identify the positive bonds in the environment of the person. Hello, Dalmas, don't worry for the delays. Vinamungu, so sorry for my spelling about the names, but
That's
you
correct.
have
Correct pronunciation, yeah. Vinamungu, yes, thank you. Thank you, Veronica. My question is, can I use resistance to create resilience? And I have an example. I knew a lady who was being always beaten by her husband when the husband was would be drunk. Then one time she came to me, and as she was complaining, I challenged her that someone who is drunk should not be strong enough to beat you. So I advised her that next time he comes drunk and he wants to beat you, beat him. And when that lady beat the husband the next time, that was the last time the husband beat her. Because the husband also, men are very careful not to go and share with other men that they were beaten by their wives. So that was a lesson. And indeed, when the husband would come drunk all the other time, he will avoid beating her because he knew she could beat him. Hasn't resistance created resilience there?
Okay, thanks for sharing this example. Okay, yes or no are this is my reply. Yes or no. That means the resilience is a process. So maybe this initial resistance, okay, she put resistance, but she put resistance to the husband. She don't put resistance to me because, okay, maybe she bites in, the husband, okay. Now we are not discuss about this is good or bad, okay. She just beat the husband, and the husband, okay, no, stop it. But this don't mean she becoming resilient, because for becoming resilient, she need give a meaning to all the violence process, okay, to she live. So she just adapting to the situation, okay. So this strategy that she used maybe was the first step, okay, and it's connecting to first step. So now maybe she she know the husband, she don't beat, okay, but she's this is not resilience. Resilience is more deep than this. So maybe it's the first step for the start a resilience process. But for this resilience process, she need give a meaning, okay, to all this violence she live with him, okay. So maybe it's the first step. And for this reason, I say sometimes we need use the resistance, okay. Sometimes we need, it's okay, put in practice our resistance, but later we need a start for the resilience, okay? Also, I don't know, after an earthquake, okay, if we don't have electricity, food, house, we need put in practice all our resistance energies and strategies, okay, for try to adapt it to the situation. And when we arrive to our basic needs, okay, are okay, so we have food, we have dresses, we have a house, our place to sleep, safe place to sleep, okay? When these basic needs are okay, we can start to speak about resilience. Is more clear?
Yeah.
So, so maybe for your lady now she feeling more safe. So now that she feeling more safe is the moment for start the resilience process. Now we will continue with the presentation, okay? Please, if you have a question, write on the chat, okay? So that I say, the resilience, this is important to keep in mind. So the resilience is not a result, it's a process. So it's not a specific things, it's a process, okay? I can say, okay, this lady, this adolescent or this child, okay, live a resilience process because I see all these small change, okay? And when I put together all this small change, I say, okay, this is resilience, okay? It's not just one action. Because our small changes, okay, is the resilience process developed day by day, okay? And for make this, remember, it's important take the challenge with the flexibility, okay, and also try to generate good relationship, okay, between your environment. So good, in this case, if we speak about the schools, try to create good and healthy, okay. The thing is healthy relationship between the group, okay, the students and the class, the student and the teacher, between the teacher, between the schools and the parents, okay? So try to create a healthy relationship in different levels, okay? And the more important things, it's important to continue working about these topics because one system, so one people is resilient, okay, could be generate resilience in others, okay? So it's more sustainable in a long term. And okay, this okay, we speak about this, okay? So for this reason, the resilience, okay, is not a solution for all, but is a strategy, is a way to understand our life, okay? So it's more deep, it's not give a solution. Now, regarding your questions, okay, the first time, okay, we more or less try to give a definition to the concept, but in the moment while we try to put it in practice, okay, we speak about risk and resilience factors, and this is the first step, okay, because the persons in general, okay, we are socials, okay, and that means we live in interaction with our environment all the time. And it's in the middle of these several interactions that the resilience take place, okay? So for this reason, when we're thinking about resilience, we're thinking about the interactions, constantly interactions between the child, okay? So all the inner war of the child, so the values, the creativity, the competence, the skill of the child, of the person, the family, okay? The family, the close and the extended family, okay, of the person, of the child. And also in this environment, okay, we have, in the environment, you have the community, okay, the schools, the church, you have different environments or social groups, social actors. And we have, of course, inside this environment, we have the tutor of resilience. That means one adult in general, okay, that decide, create a relation, support relation with the other, okay? In the conscious way, they decide, support this child or this adult that's in this difficult moment. This is on the tutor of resilience, okay? So for this reason, one of the resilient things is create healthy relation with the different environments, okay? So cut the insane relation, the toxic relation, and create more healthy relations, okay? And for this reason, we can sometimes, okay, we need focus only in the child, on the person, okay? I speak about child because you're working in schools, okay, just for this. But also we need working in the same levels with the child and with the environment, okay? And between this interaction between all these actors, we have some elements that help the resilience, so we call resilience factor, and we have some elements that don't help for the resilience, okay? So in this interaction, we have protective or resilience factors, okay? So all the things help to the resilience, and also we have these risk factors, okay? So elements that don't help to the resilience factor, okay? Sorry, the title, please don't see the title because the title are not correct, okay, are inverted, okay? So the risk factor, okay, the risk factor is an element that block, okay, or limit the resilience process. And we found this element in the person and also in the community, okay? And of course, these elements block the resilience, but also increase the possibility of bad development, okay? The development to physical, cognitive, social, and emotional levels, okay? So remember, when we're thinking about the person or the develop of the person, we need have in consideration these four, okay, elements. So the physical development, cognitive development, social, and emotional, okay? And also in the schools, okay, it's important working these 4 points. Sometimes the schools also focus in the cognitive elements, but it's important because are linked in between them. So if I'm working to the social, maybe I increase the cognitive. If you are working about the social and emotional, it's more easy, maybe increase the cognitive element. So are linked between them. And the risk factor are the opposite to the resilient factors. So resource, characteristics, skills, or situations, okay, that don't help, okay, for the resilience. Please listen me, okay? The resilience and the risk factor change every time, and change because the environment changing, so change every time. And maybe in your school you have some factors, but in the schools to behind the factors are different, okay? But in general lines, okay, this are some of these factors, okay? For example, the resilience or protector factor for the resilience and an individual, okay, way we have the creativity, the curiosity, okay, the sense of belonging. So it's important. Okay, I belonging. Okay, I know this is my family. Okay, my biological family or my social family. Okay, I don't know. In the school, I'm feeling safe, so for me, it's my safe space. No, and also the self-esteem is important in these cases. Okay, but remember, if a good self-esteem, okay, so it is the self-esteem, I have respect for the others, because sometimes my self-esteem is too high, I don't have the respect for the others. Okay, this is not a good self-esteem. Okay, and also for make a good self-esteem, I need working about other aspects. Okay, of the to the cognitive levels, to the emotional and the social. And to the family, we have put limits and rules. Okay, these limits and rules are okay, an agreement with the age of the family members. Okay, for example, sometimes we put also the roles and the support. Sometimes we put, I don't know, roles and rules that are not agree with the age of the member of family. Okay, I don't know, the sister. Okay, the sister that she need take care to all the brothers and take care to the house, so she don't have or she cannot go out. Okay, these are not agree with the age of the sister. Okay, and also in the schools. Okay, the idea is the schools are a safe space, so the safe space to the physical. Okay, so and also to the emotional safe space, so I space the child feeling good, feeling safe. Okay, feeling he want to spend more time in the schools. Okay, because he feeling good. Also the school have a good support network. Okay, this support network is okay between the family and the child, but also between them. Okay, this is important, this support network. And the school, all the members, all the community schools, okay, feeling belonging. Okay, feeling sense of develop this sense of belonging. Okay, for the school. This is our. It's not all. We have more, a lot. Okay, more. But this is just a few of these protection factors. Okay, in the other parts, so the risk factors, lack of interest. So this person, they don't want make nothing. Okay, so the lack of interest, because this lack of interest, that means I'm not the protagonist, so I don't make nothing, because the thing is, the truth is, the thinking don't change. Okay, so but I don't want invest in my energy. This is the person thinking sometimes, and for this reason we have the lack of interest. Okay, and also a low self-esteem. Okay, or lack self of awareness. Okay, this is our sometimes we have a risk factor. The family, we have, of course, we speak about this, no, violence in the family, physical and also sometimes the words, no, are more violent than the physical action. So psychological and physical violence. Lack of communication. Okay, lack of communication, less communication between the members of the family, and also between this family with other groups. Okay, and parents that don't take care about the child. Okay, also this is a risk factor. And also in the schools, sometimes the schools have a lack of support, so the school, they don't support the students, or they support the community. okay? And the prejudice, I think sometimes the school have prejudice regarding to social groups, no? This boy coming from here, so all the people coming from this place are the same, okay? This is another point, okay? But remember, from the resilience view, we need try to grow the protection factor. So we need try to identify, and now we don't have time, but my invitation is when we finish, okay, try to thinking about the good points, the positive things that you see in the students, in the family of the students, and all the community schools, okay? Try to identify this, try to say, what are the good things, the positive thing I see in my students, okay? Maybe they are intelligent, they have sense of humor, okay? Because also the sense of humor is a positive things, okay? They are solidary. They made between them. They have a lot of solidarity. Sorry. Okay. So try to identify these positive things, these concrete things. Okay, that you see, not you won't see. Okay, that you see now. Okay, and in the other point, you put the risk factor, so the things that are not too good. Okay. Another point. Risk make before protections, okay? The point of UC, okay? The protection factor. And in the second step, the risk factors, okay? And it's not necessary the protection and the risk are linked between them, no, okay? Because if you're linking, that means you're not make the correct exercise. For example, sometimes you say, okay, I see creativity. So protection factor is creativity and risk factor is low creativity. No, because every school is different. So you need make this exercise regarding to you see, okay, not regarding to the things you won't see in the future, okay? So this is my invitation, make this regarding this. What is the good thing you see now in your student, in the family and the school, okay? And also the risk factor you see in the students, families, and school, and it's not necessary these two elements are linked between them. And also the idea is it's sometimes it's more easy, okay, see the negative things, the risk factor, but also try to identify the equal number of protection and risk factors, okay? I don't know, you have a question regarding about this, please? If you have questions, please tell me.
Yes, Veronica, I have one. This is Eston's. I'm wondering, what is the role? Is there a role of maybe like the government in all this? Is there a role of the government in all this explanation, like in the risk? I mean, in the overall resilience factors.
Of course, sometimes because we need thinking when we're thinking in the environment, okay, we start to thinking in the person, no, it's in the center, in the middle, the family, the schools, no, and I don't know, the group of the church, the schools, no, and we make like this, okay, we make more and more far, and in the limit of this big environment, we have the government, we have the institutions and their government, okay? So sometimes, of course, change this risk factor is difficult, and our energies, the idea is focus in another kind of resource, but it's important take in mind. I don't know, for example, if I don't know, your situation, for example, here, I'm living in Tano, no? So here in Italy, we have the obligation to go to school. Okay, so this is a protection factor. Okay, and it's to the government level. Okay, but our energy is not focused to change this big organization, but the word in the thing are more quotidianly and more close to us. I don't know if it's more clear now. Okay, I think do they have connection problems?
Yes.
Yes. So now I want share. In the middle time, we just waiting 1 second. Okay. I don't have problems to share with you my presentation. So Diego, later, if you want to share with the group the presentation, it's okay. Okay. George asked the step for improved resilience. In my opinion, the first step is analyze the situation. Okay, so try to identify, okay, this resource, this good and positive point in the child, in the class, in the school, in the family, and try to grow up them. This is okay. The resilience is not. I all the time I say the resilience is like cook. Okay, so if, for example, here in Italy, I don't know, if you want cook pasta alla bolognese, no, if you want cook, you know the ingredients, but the way that you mixing them change every time. Okay, and this resilience is the same. You have more or less the ingredient, but the way that you mix this ingredient changing. Okay, and for this reason, we don't have rules for develop resilience. Okay, I cannot say, okay, for make resilience, you need working about this. I give just general line. Okay, and one of these is, okay, first step, we need working about risk and resilience factor. Identify, okay, this factor and decide, okay, and take decisions and make action for continue to grow this, okay, this resource. Okay, and also for this reason is also make a good analysis. Okay, and making the thinking I see, I know, I won't see. Okay. Yes, the truth is, and this is a difficult aspect. Anton and Anton, you know, say, okay, so we need the collaboration of the home and the schools. Yes, and this is a big challenge. Okay, working in collaboration with the families and also in collaboration with the team schools. The way that start to working with the families and the way that start to working with another actors is your decision. Okay, I think this is another challenge, but a good way to promote resilience is have this open view and understand you need create a relation with another actor. So in the working about the child resilience, but also try to working about and improve the relation with the families and the school, of course. It's difficult, I know it. Okay, I think it's in all the world happen the same situations. Okay, so sometimes the family say the opposite things that say the schools. I know it, but the idea is try to deal with this and try to involve more the families. Anton.
Okay, thank you for that input. And the reason I'm bringing the family is because they play a very big role in the life of a child. And that's where actually problem starts. And that's the biggest challenge now for those who are in schools. That is for some of us who are in learning institutions, like day institution where kids come and go back. But we also have a situation whereby some of us are running children homes, whereby now you cannot really identify the family where this child is coming from. But maybe there is a history whereby something happened to this child and this child was rescued maybe by an organization or by the government and brought into the home. And now we want to bring in the idea of resilience, maybe to kind of help solve a certain problem in the life of this child. That's why I was bringing this issue of collaboration. Sometimes can be very challenging to find information from the other side where the child is coming from. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And I think yes, it's a big challenge. I conscious about this. And okay, in general, I'm speaking about the family, okay, because it's the logical, okay, the logical thinking said, okay, child, family, but in some case we don't have family. So in this case, it's important to make more information and try to identify potential tutor of resilience, maybe in this close family, maybe not biological family, but I don't know, it's in the institution, okay? Is the child coming from the institution, try to identify, okay, how, try to deal with the institution or with the neighbors, okay? So try to identify these key actors in the environment, the close environment of the child, okay? The logical thinking say okay, this close environment is the family, but also sometimes it's a close family or the extending family, so the neighbors or the institution, if they coming from some institutions. I want to share with you, okay.
Veronica, maybe we can work with one aspect, one factor that we can discover in the child. For example, wherever are the families, we can work in one protection factor that we discover in general in the culture of the child, of the adolescents, and this factor can help us to promote resilience. So
yeah,
maybe one element can help us.
yeah. The point is sometimes we have a lot of negative factors, and when we say, okay, no, it's too much for me, maybe I come back to home, no. But sometimes we need just improve, no, move one protection factor for changing the situation. Okay, for this reason, I insisted to make this analysis, no, the protective and the risk factor, and choose, okay, the most important protective factor and try to continue to grow, to reinforce this protection factor, because it's working in this line. One thing change the other things, okay? It's more natural. You enter in this way, okay? It's the same way, okay, wave that move, okay, to continue to develop and move in this way, okay? So sometimes you start to work about one protection factor and start to work to the others in a very natural way, okay? But not focus only in the risk. If you focus on the risk and try to make a solution for the risk, it's too hard and it's not sustainable in a long time. Another element I want more, okay. I say sometimes tutor of resilience, okay? And also in this interaction, I put tutor of resilience like an element, okay? And that is tutor of resilience, okay? Because all all of us, we need someone sometimes, okay? We need someone that gives the support, and this is the tutor of resilience. We have two kinds of tutor of resilience, okay, we have an unconscious, okay, tutor of resilience. So is someone that don't have a specific profession or training or knowledge, okay, but try to help, okay, but offer help and offer support, okay, to the other during this difficult moment, okay. So help to activate the resilience process, okay, but it's not conscious about this. And the second kind is an awareness tutor. So the was some person that who decide, okay, in a conscious way, decide create a supportive relation with the other, okay. So this is important because decide to help, okay, decide to support the other. That mean I accept you, okay. So I accept this child, okay. Also, if the child make bad things, okay, I won't help you and accepting you, okay, in a very deep way. So sometimes I know you make a mistake, but not because you make this mistakes, I cut the relation with you, okay. I continue to offer your support and try to, I understood this relation is not hierarchic, okay, it's more horizontal. I respect you and you have respect of me in a same level, okay. And also I understood I learning things, but also I can learning things about you, okay. So you have interaction, okay, between two parts of the relations, okay. So tutor and child, okay, create a relation and they are growing, okay. And this is the tutor of resilience and awareness tutor of resilience. And in the school, you are tutor of resilience of care, okay. So you are conscious the impact about the relation, about the help and the support that you offer to your student. And this point is important. It's important to take in mind, because sometimes if the student try to open to you and you close the door because you say, no, I don't have time, okay, this child don't open more, okay. So this is, yes, is important, okay. And in the last part, sorry, I won't share with you this, and later we have a little bit time for questions, okay? The schools are great place for develop resilience, really, okay? The schools are good place for develop resilience. In which way we can develop resilience, okay? I want to share with you the resilience wheel, okay? It's a model from Henderson and Milson, and this author proposed, okay, they said the resilience is like a wheel. So we have 3 elements that help to reduce the risk factors and 3 elements that grow the resilience, okay? So promote the resilience. We need a start to the first element, and it's like a wheel. So I'm start with the first element, and in like a natural way, I move to the second, to the third, to the 4, 5, and 6, okay? And I move my resilience, okay? So the first element is increase, okay, the social relations, the healthy relationships, okay? Like I said the first time, the resilience is about the links also. So I try to reinforce the relations inside my school community. I understand the school is not only teachers and child. The school is teacher, child inside their class, between the class, okay? The relation with the teacher and the family, okay, the direction of the school and the family, the relation between the teachers, and the relation between the teachers and the direction, and also all the people that help to the schools, like, I don't know, the people that cleaning the schools. Okay, so the school is a big family without different actors, and the idea is try to make, okay, to increase this positive and not positive, I prefer healthy relations, okay, between these different actors. Okay, another point about, because I want, okay, working about the healthy relations, but of course for make this is important also put clear, okay, put limits, okay, so but this limit is important, you put clear, okay, limits, and the limits are the same for the all, and also all the community need know about these limits, okay, rules and limits, okay, all the schools have rules, but sometimes in the daily life we don't respect the rules, or sometimes the rules are different for one and not for others. So for this reason it's important put limits, put rules, okay, not too much, sometimes you don't need to put too much, but you need, it's important all these limits are respect for all the community, and also all the community sometimes take part to decide the limits and the rules, okay? Another point, the third point, is understand, okay, we're teaching not in the cognitive, so our idea is not growing only the cognitive aspects, but we want teaching for the life. So in this way, it's okay, we're working about the material, we work about the cognitive aspect, but also we need teaching skills for the life, okay? So we need teaching skills regarding to social aspect, regarding to emotional aspect, okay? So the values, so we teaching skills for the life, okay? Not for just one part, okay? I'm a math teacher, but also I need to take care to the other aspect, to my student, not only to the math, okay? And the fourth aspect, okay, is, okay, try to give support, okay? Try to give support to your student and all the community, okay? And the five element is crossing to have a good communication, okay? But also, and this point is true, you need give to your student, to your community, okay? High expectations. So I know you are a great people, and you make a great things, okay? So finish the class, okay? Finish the school, but also it's important these expectations are in agreement with the environment and in agreement with the reality, okay? For example, the adolescent say, I want to study medicine, but he hated the biology, okay? Or he see blonde, he running. So please, it's important, give expectation, but these expectations are in relation with the reality, okay? That doesn't mean don't give expectations, okay? So you need to give expectation. And the last point, and it's important, is give opportunity to the participate. Okay, participation opportunity. This is important because if we will speak about the community, about the sense of belonging, okay, I need to take part of my community. And of course, if I never have a space for participation, I never have moments for take decisions, okay, I don't feel part of the community. And this is another element important to work in, okay? Of course, sometimes the community don't take part of all the decisions, but we can decide, okay, maybe we have space for make this. And this is the wheel. Okay, more details you would find in the slide. Don't worry that I left the slides. Okay. I speak too much. Do you have questions?
So this
comments?
This resilience wheel is to take in account one of these aspects or all the aspects. What do you think about?
No, all this. The wheel say you need to start for this first one. So in this case, I showed the first one is increase no the social relations, and little by little start to work to the others. The idea is start for the first and little by little start for the others. Okay, this is the.
Okay.
But I think also Henderson and Milsen proposed this. Okay, proposed start for the one and little by little. But I think also you can choose one or two of these elements. Okay, because in all the elements are linked between them. So I think if you can just choose one or two, it's okay. Okay, don't change too much. I don't know if you have reflection, questions, commentaries.
Yeah, can I say something?
Of
Yeah,
course.
I think looking at the wheel, I think we can also bring in the aspect of staff training to kind of prepare the staff of an institution to see how they can adapt this wheel, but based on local realities. Because also we have the another factor, local realities. The way it is in Milan may not be the same way in Homerville, but still the same wheel can be used to bring in now other realities and fit in with the staff in an institution. Thank you.
Welcome. Yes, you have right. The idea also when I speak about the protecting a risk factor, okay, this element changing in all each reality if different. So one school here in Italy is completely different, of course, and one school in Kenya. So the idea is you take this main element and try to adapt it in the best way to your realities, of course. EDB. You have your hands up.
Yes, I think Brother Anthony has just echoed what was in my mind, but I would add that perhaps these new realities for really resilience to take place, then we need to consider all the stakeholders. In this case, Brother has just mentioned about the school, but I would also still mention on the issues of the child maybe being the main focal point, and also even taking back the awareness creation even to the parents or guardians. So I think the program is really good, but it will be good to really factor and in what are these issues that you just mentioned at different in the wheel, for different cohorts, for different, let's say like school, at home, the tutor, what is it really that they need for them to contribute to the resilience? And in this case, I'm thinking specifically of the child. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You are right. For this reason, I say it's important you thinking the best way to adapt these elements at your own realities. Okay, and don't forget you are at school, so you need deal with the family, but you are not inside the family. So and also is this the challenge, so how the best way to deal with the family and collaborate with the family without lose your school mission, no? So yes, my suggestion is this: try to adapted this element. Don't feel fear to take this element, to adapt this element and make this element. Okay, I think this is the point. I just present, but my idea is you make yours, and for make yours, you need change it a little bit this element, of course. It's not easy. I know
also the invitation is to recognize the good factor that you have in your community, but you have a lot of resilient factor in your community, protecting factor. So if we can identify this factor, it's more easy to know to begin a new project. Of course, we have a lot of good things inside our communities. So it's important to recognize this.
Yeah, of course, this is the first step. Recognize these resilience factors. The thing I see now, not the thing I want to see in the future. No, this is the point. Absolutely. So this is the invitation. I know you continue this process with another expert and with Diego to the end. So my slides are at your disposition. Okay, I will share with you and with the group through Diego. I send the presentation and you share with the others. And this is thanks for share this moment with me and for follow the meeting.
Okay, Veronica, thank you for your presentation. It will be very useful for us to begin this process. So we are beginning one process. I would like to receive a list of your the participants and your emails, because I would like to send you the presentation of Veronica. Today, we have had the opportunity to share some essential ideas about resilience. In the next webinar, we will have the presence of Carlos Trapani from the organization SECODAP, a vice partner. He will talk to us about good treatment and how it connects with the defense of the right of the children and adolescents in the schools. This second step will be very useful for go to the third steps. So thank you very much for your presence today, and we hope to see you at the next webinar, which will be this Friday, June 16 at the same time. Do you have any question or any comment for finishing?
Just a quick one.
I have a question.
Maybe I can say just in a minute that Veronica, your presentation is very good, and it can produce many more things if we apply it in any other situation. So it's very rich, and I really appreciate and thank you very much for these wonderful slides. And the way it is also arranged, it's also very attractive to the eye and generate ideas. Thank you.
Thank
you. I have a question. First of all, thank you very much, Veronica. I think it was a very good, wonderful presentation. I have a challenge in the second presentation, but I am sure I'll be there in the third one. Is there a way I can get a recording of the second so that I prepare for the third one? I'm not sure whether that's possible.
Prepare for?
I will not be able to attend the second presentation.
Yes,
Friday.
yes.
Ah, okay.
I will be able to attend the third one.
Yes.
So my question was whether I can get a recording of the second so that I prepare well for the third.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're waiting for the second presentation, and in the third, we will work together, because we will prepare a little project for our schools, okay? But we need the first, we need the second, and the third, we will work together, and we will prepare a little project, but well done. Okay, so the time is over. Have a happy afternoon, and see you the next time. Okay?
Thank you very
See you.
much.
See you. Bye bye.
much.
Thank you.